when I do stuff like this, we record all of it so that we put on the internet so people can see these ideas collide. When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens, because you start to think the other side is so evil.
Is there an assassination culture coming out of the radical left in this country? Just consider this. There are currently 3 accused assassins in court on this day. Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin. Ryan Ruth, charged with attempting to assassinate President Trump. And Luigi Mangione, accused of executing in cold blood, daylight, middle of Manhattan, the United Healthcare CEO. A deeply disturbing study out of Rutgers University shows violent political rhetoric as being increasingly normalized. Here's a quote. Political violence appears to have surged, especially among politically left-leaning segments of the population. Data from that very study show what respondents from the left actually say is acceptable, even justified.
Now, here's the misnomer. Okay, firstly, the first assassination attempt, they tried to, tie to some sort of right-wing nonsense, just wasn't true. Okay, the only reason that person isn't on trial today is because he was, okay, that's the only reason. You would have 4. Okay, that's first. Second, this notion that this is brand new to left-leaning politicians, that is a misnomer. Okay, I've been trying to tell you guys, this is a spiritual battle. Okay, it's the same goes for Chicago, the same goes for LA, the same goes for California. These are spiritual battles, and this is just like that. Okay, when they created the Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan to terrorize people for what? For political ends. This is the same thing. This is who they have been from Jump Street. Okay, they've been violent because whenever you allow your emotions to influence your actions, that's what you get. You get violence. Understand, Charlie Kirk was on a college campus to debate. He was there to debate. If you have an idea that can trump mine, you're invited to come forward. Come on, let's hash it out. But clearly the left can't do that. So in the arena of ideas, they know they've failed. They've failed miserably. And by the way, when they see themselves getting trounced in the election, their response is what you see happening right now. I did a short where I'm showing the response from George Floyd's death and the response from Charlie Kirk's death. And it's stark. Nobody's burning down buildings. Why isn't anyone burning down buildings? Why didn't Republicans run into, Target to loot? Why aren't we pillaging? Why not? Because we don't do that crap, primarily. And then number 2, you got a job, you don't have time to do, you don't have time to do that. I'm telling you. So this isn't new. This has been here from Jump Street. That's why I can tell you it's spiritual. The battle is spiritual. What we really need are prayer warriors. People that will intercede for the country to bring down those strongholds that have captured. And unfortunately, you're probably going to need somebody in there that's actually a bona fide Christian to right that ship. Because right now, the demons are running it.
Senior national correspondent digging into it for us, William Lajeunesse in Los Angeles. William.
Well, Harris, there are actually two new reports that suggest there is this growing tolerance for political violence across the board, but especially, as you mentioned, on the left. According to those Rutgers University researchers, in a poll of more than 1,000 Americans, 50% who self-identify as progressive said killing Elon Musk can be somewhat justified.
Now, I'm sorry, I got to put this in here. Is Rutgers a right-wing institution? Do they lean right? No. Rutgers does not lean right. Rutgers leans hard left. And even this, in the face of this study, they're still going to create January 6th. That's all they have. Look, we don't do that kind of crap. It's not in our ethos. We don't resort to violence. Why? Because we have a sound mind. God has not given us a spirit of fear. That's what fear does. Fear, you lash out, you attack. We don't do that because we haven't been given the spirit of fear, but of love. That's what's happening right now. It says that we've been given a sound mind, self-discipline. That's the spirit we have. And all of this, I'm telling you, it's spiritual in nature.
56% said the same for assassinating President Trump. 14% said it could be completely justified. Also, 59% of those same respondents said destroying a Tesla dealership in protest was somewhat acceptable. And where is this hate coming from? Well, social media. The Rutgers report said that the platform Blue Sky, the Democrat alternative to X, quote, plays a significant and predictive role in amplifying radical ideas.
So, for those of you who don't know, Blue Sky is the platform that broke away because Elon Musk took over Twitter. And so Blue Sky is where it is an echo chamber of just outright blue. All things blue. Blue Sky. I mean, it's crazy. Even Blue Sky, the platform, had to start warning their users, hey, you're violating our terms of service. You are violating it. Stop. They just all when they tell you, oh no, Donald Trump promotes he promotes hate and this. No, he doesn't. Donald Trump is not fomenting hate. That is a lie spun from the pit of hell. You want to know where all the hate is coming from? Who's the one? Just ask yourself, who's being assassinated? Who is attempting to assassinate people? That's why they're so desperate for Charlie Kirk's shooter to be right wing. That's why they're so desperate. Like, no, he's not one of us. Like, yeah, he is. And everybody knows it, by the way. Everyone knows it.
The left really has much more of a, I don't talk to you, I don't want to deal with you, you're deplorable, I can't break bread with you.
Yeah.
That attitude, and like all the right-wingers, they don't have that attitude.
That is visibly true. I can't eat with you. I can't sit with you. I can't talk to you. I have to get out of your city. I have to get away from you. That's the left. What do you think that's about? No. You tell me. What do you think that's about? Because you only get it from the left. No more family gatherings with you. No more communicating with you. They're like family. I mean, blood. No, we can't talk to you anymore because you have an opinion that I disagree with. Let me tell you something. If you have children or you have, siblings or you have any family members, okay, close relatives or distant, and you can't break bread with them, you can't talk to them, you can't sit down with them, but at the same time, you claim to be a Jesus follower, you're not. Your whole Jesus thing is performative. You're going to church because it's a performance. You go to church to look and feel good. There's no relationship. You can't excommunicate members of your own family and then call yourself a Jesus follower. Where did that come from? Joy Reid. Joy Reid had someone on her show when she was still on MSNBC, and she said, well, you know what you got to do? You can't sit down and have Thanksgiving dinner with these people. They've got to pay the price. Is that what Jesus would do? Is that what Jesus would prescribe? Really? Your Jesus whole thing, the whole Jesus thing, it's performative. It has nothing to do with scripture. It has nothing to do with him. You are controlled by your emotions. And if you call yourself a Christian, do not let that be named among you. Or please stop calling yourself a Christian because you're giving the rest of us a bad name. Stop doing that. Don't go out there and tell everybody that Jesus is your Lord. Please stop doing that. I have one job as a Christian. Love my neighbor like I love myself. It's really that simple. Do you know that encapsulates every commandment given by God? This is the reason they don't like Charlie Kirk. Because when you start putting Jesus, you start using and speaking scripture. How do you argue against it? You can't. And all he wants to do, by the way, is debate. But when your ideas suck, that's what you're going to get. Bill Maher is right. You get that from the left. You don't hear right wing saying that I'm not going to sit with that person because you don't hear that. You'll never hear that. I have a bunch of people that are on the left I routinely interact with. I have no qualms about it. I don't feel ill toward them, nothing. Most of them probably can't say the same about me. Because I'm telling you, stop calling yourself, I follow Jesus. Do you? Do you now? Or do you just follow him when it's convenient?
So in a separate U.gov survey of 3,000 adults after Charlie Kirk's killing, 72% of Americans said violence is not justified. 11% said it can be somewhat justified. But here's the big difference. 21% of self-identified liberals said violence is justified to achieve political goals, compared to just 4% of conservatives.
See, they know that that's actually true. All the violence is coming from the left. You don't have to go back very far. You don't have to go back very far. All those Jim Crow laws, Governor, Wallace, you know, when they're demanding that those little black kids can't go into that school, those are all Democrats. All those southern states that were so racist, those were all Democrats. It is a spiritual battle. Just go look it up. You know how many times that you've heard that, remember the what was it called? The five, you know, the kids in New York. I guess they were like 5 black kids, the Parkland 5 or something like that. Or, you know, where there was a woman who was, you know, brutally, you know, and they said that Donald Trump took out that ad. When he did that, he was a registered Democrat. In fact, the mayor was a Democrat. In fact, the city council were Democrats. The whole city were run by Democrats. But they want to claim now that somehow, no, those were Republicans. No. So I'm telling you, this isn't new. This has been going on for some time now. It's just now they're no longer hiding it. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe. If you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.